truth really about? You can tell by the fruit when they open their mouth. Teaching for strife and debate. Yeah.
Right? All right, brothers. Right? What are you getting from what the brothers? How old are y'all? 18. How old are you? 18. Y'all both 18, right? So let me ask you a question. Where y'all from? Dallas? What part? North side? From what I know, North Dallas is pretty decent, right? Right? You from North Dallas too? Y'all brothers? Huh? God brothers. Okay, cool. All right, so in Dallas though, even though the North side isn't too bad, right? Yeah, I know. But like when you deal with like in Dallas, how normally do our people live in Dallas? How do they live? The so-called black people. It depends on which area. But as a whole, right? You may have, just like out here, you may have so-called black people that live downtown in some of these high rises, right? But as a whole, as a community, right, the most of us live, there you go, right? Bad, right? So the Bible speaks to that, right? A specific group of people, the Lord says in every city they'll be living bad, right? When you go to the hoods, do you see a lot of white people living in the hoods? No. Do you see a lot of Chinese people living in the hoods? No. Do you see a lot of African people living in the hoods? No. Right? In the jails, do you see a lot of black people in the jails? Right. Do you see a lot of white people in the jails? Nah. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what the Bible says about that. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Right? 28, let's read 15.
Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Right?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
Hearken means to listen. If you will not listen, right? This is the Lord. This is, y'all know who Moses is? You ever heard of Moses? What did he do? Right, so Moses is the one that went to Pharaoh and said, let my people go. Right, he's the one that parted the Red Sea. Right, you heard of that? Parting the Red Sea? Right, Moses is the one that parted the Red Sea, went to Pharaoh and said, let my people go, which his people are the Israelites. So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites after he led them out of Egypt and parted the Red Sea. Right, listen to what he tells them. Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses...
All these what?
All these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
So if you don't listen and keep the commandments of the Most High God, all these curses, which are bad things, are going to what?
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So if the Israelites, right, not black people, don't listen to the Most High God, all these curses are going to come upon them and overtake them. All these bad things, right? Let's hear some of these curses. You tell me what people fit these curses, right? Read this.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Say what?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Right? It says, cursed shalt thou be in the city. Meaning in the city, these people will be said to be living bad. Right? What people do you know that live bad in every city, everywhere? Which people? Black people. Right? But the Lord is not talking to black people. It's like he's talking to Israelites. Right? So the Lord said that the Israelites will be living cursed in the city. Like, read on.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field. Now, which people were cursed in the field with whips on their back picking cotton? The slaves. Who were the slaves? What nation of people? Black people. Right? Did the white people get whips on their back? The Chinese people? The Asian people? No. Right? But the so-called black people did, right? And the Lord is not talking to black people, though. He's talking to Israelites. But you agree that black people, the people we know as black people, went through this, right? Let's get another one. Right, let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all grow up with y'all dads in your house? Y'all did? Is that something that you didn't? Right. You didn't. You did, but you didn't. Right?
For 6 years.
Oh, well, brother, that's not growing up with your dad in your house. You're 18, so that's a third of your life. My dad was there till I was 7. I'm 36. You know what I'm saying? So that don't count. Right? We grew up without our dads. That's a known thing in the so-called black community. You agree? Most of your homeboys the same way, right? Let's see what the Lord says about that, about a curse that's going to be on the Israelites. Read 54.
Verse number 54. So that the man that is tender among you,
right,
and very delicate,
right,
his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
So it said once upon a time, the Israelite man would handle his brother with tender and delicacy. Right? If something is delicate, how do you handle it? With care. So once upon a time, the so-called black man would handle his people with care, meaning, hey, are you doing all right, brother? You okay? Is there something I can help with? Right? Do we handle each other like that now? No. It says, but now his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. Who's known for what you call black on black violence? We are, right? Is the so-called white man known for that? The Asian man? No. Who's known for all these various different gangs, Bloods, Crips, so on and so forth? Black people. That's an evil eye towards your brother. Wouldn't you agree? The Lord said this is a curse that's going to happen to the Israelites. Right? Read on.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Right?
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall lead.
Now he going to be at the house.
Which he shall lead.
What's going to happen to people's fathers? They're going to what? Leave. Right? Who does that happen to? Right. But who is the Lord talking to? So what does that make y'all? That's right, bro. Y'all are Israelites, man. And that's what we come out here to show our people, that we not black, that we are Israelites according to the Bible. Right? So we can't walk around calling ourselves black anymore. Y'all probably heard that verse from Kendrick Lamar. I'm an Israelite, don't call me black no more. Right? He ran across the same type of people as us. Right? And they taught him these things. Now what he did with them wasn't profitable. What we praying and hoping for is when we plant this seed in you, brothers, that something profitable will come from it. Right? Meaning that y'all walk as Israelites going forward. Right? Give me Genesis 32 and 28. Right? And then give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Right? I ain't going to take up a lot of y'all's time. Right? Y'all understand y'all are Israelites. I'm going to give y'all a couple more scriptures. The brother's going to give y'all some information, and then y'all can be on y'all way. Right? I know y'all got y'all scooters. Your scooters got time limits on it. We ain't going to take up too much of y'all time. Go ahead.
It's Genesis 32 and 28.
Right?
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
Right?
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
But Israel, man. Right? So your name is no more black man. Right? Y'all are Israelites now. Y'all understand that. Read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Right?
And now Israel,
right?
What doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him,
right?
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul,
right?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
What do you got to do?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Read on.
And his statutes, right? Which I command thee this day for thy good.
For thy what?
For thy good.
Read this.
Revelation 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus.
So now that y'all know y'all are Israelites, the next step y'all got to take is to keep the commandments of the Most High God and have faith in who the world calls Jesus. You understand? Real name Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. Right, where Mattathias is at? Right, he's going to go over a flyer with you brothers, and then y'all brothers will be on your way. Right? Nice to meet y'all brothers. I appreciate y'all's time. What's your name, King? Curtis? I'm Gabar, King. Nice to meet you. Right? So, you believe in the Bible?
To a certain extent. Some things, not everything.
Can you explain how that works? Yeah, I just want to understand where you're coming from. Because for me, if you ask me if I believe in something, it's either a yay or a nay.
I do, but not everything in the Bible. I feel like everything in the Bible, everything in it is not true. It's just a little bit of the truth in there.
Can you give me an example of something in the Bible that's not true?
I have no certain religion, so for me, I feel like
Give me James 1 and 28.
Out of every book, and in fact, you get deep into every book, you're actually going to real truth. But since we're so, I can't think of the word, segregated, we can't figure out the exact truth. We all know a little bit of the truth.
Leviticus 19 and 17.
The complete truth.
All right, let me address some points you made. Right, read this.
26. The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 26. If any man among you,
28.
There ain't no 20.
27.
27. Pure religion.
Say what?
Pure religion.
Pure, something that's undefiled, right? Pure religion, right? Read.
And undefiled,
right,
before God and the Father is this,
right,
to visit the fatherless.
To do what?
To visit the fatherless.
To be a Baptist.
To visit the fatherless.
To be a Christian.
To visit the fatherless.
Read on.
And widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world.
So the only religion the Bible teaches is that, right? Is that what we do? Are we delivering the fatherless and the widows? Is that what we're doing? Is that what the Christian church is teaching?
Every book speaks the same thing in different words.
That's not true.
That's true.
No, I've never heard of somebody reading a Sirah in the Quran saying that your job is to visit the fatherless and the widows and to keep themselves unspotted from the world. But you said every book says the same thing.
Same word, it's definitely the same thing, but different
What?
wording. It might
What?
be, we all just want the man above, but we all got different.
No, we're not all talking about the man above. Just because people use that wording doesn't mean that's what they're talking about, right? That's not true, right? Because give me the book of Galatians 1:9, right? And read what I asked for. Read this,
Leviticus 19:17.
right?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Now, which book teaches you that? Because this is pure religion right here, right? What book teaches you? What book says not to hate your brother in your heart? Because they don't teach you that in Buddhism.
That's why I said not every book says the
See,
same thing.
this is the thing.
But there's certain things that's the same.
Right, so this is the thing. But there's only one book for us. It's only one book for the people that call themselves black. Right? Because it didn't say that you can't hate anybody in your heart. See, you got to understand, that means that this book is specific to a specific group of people.
I like that.
You see that? Because any man can pick up a Quran and say they want to serve Allah. Any man could pick up a damn Haji, right, and say they want to be serving the East Indian guys. Right? But this book is specific to a certain group of people because it's not a religious book. It's a heritage. And it's a way to walk as your heritage. You understand? It's kind of like if I was your grandfather and I left you a letter telling you exactly the way our family operates. That's what this book is. It tells you the way our family operates. This is a commandment given to the Israelites.
Right.
You understand? Not to every nation, not to anybody, but to the Israelites.
That's right.
Only the Israelites are supposed to keep this.
That's right.
Right? And they're only keeping it towards another Israelite. It's going to get more specific on that. Read on.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right?
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right? You can't even allow your brother to go off. If I see you smoking a blunt, my job is to tell you, brother, put the blunt down. That's going off. That's love. That blunt is going to kill you. You inhaling smoke. That's not good for your lungs. It's going to kill you. What book tells you you're supposed to do that? No other book tells you that but this book. And if our people were keeping this book, our people would be on top of the world right now.
That's right.
You understand? The reason why we're on the bottom is because we keep everything but this book. We don't keep ourselves unspotted from the world. We don't follow the pure religion. Because if we were unspotted from the world, we wouldn't follow the damn Drakes and Futures and NBA young boys and so on and so forth. That's the world.
Right.
Being unspotted from that is being separate from that. And the Bible is the book that keeps you how to be separate, teaches you how to be separate. This is the book of separation. Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right, read.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Read on.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Now, we don't do that. We sure don't do that. Hey, man, he got my partner. We riding tonight. Hey, what they say to men in society? Blew his head off front of your face? I ain't letting that ride.
Yeah.
That's the spirit that we move in. But this says you're not supposed to move like so.
Right.
And it ain't got to be as serious as somebody blowing your boy head off. It can be simple, small. Brother stepped on my shoe. It's going down. Shouldn't have stepped on that. Them J's, you tripping. That's the way our people move. But the Lord say not so. Imagine how hard it is for us to fight a common enemy when we make enemies of each other. Huh?
Man.
We can't notice the enemy we got because we worried about fighting each other.
Right.
But this book right here tells you not to make an enemy of your own people, man.
Right.
To fix it. Read.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
As what?
As thyself.
You're supposed to love your brother, your people, as you love yourself. That's what the Bible teaches. Imagine if we operated like that. Imagine if the so-called black community loved each other as they loved themselves.
Right.
Hey, Jake love himself, man.
Oh, yeah.
Jake gonna be fly. He gonna get all the new things. He ain't gonna let nobody disrespect him. Right? Imagine if we cared for each other in that way. You're not finna disrespect my brother. My brother ain't gonna want for nothing the same way I'm not gonna want for nothing. Imagine if we had that type of mind frame. This is a commandment and our heritage in the way the Lord tells us to operate. But we are forsaking that. See, the reason why you don't believe in the book is because it's been taught to you by your enemy.
That's why. I don't believe that. I don't believe everything.
Right, but the reason for that is because it's been taught to you by your enemy. Right? Now that the Lord has given back the understanding to the people whose book this is, now when it's read before your face, it's going to seem a lot different.
See that?
Read. Give me Isaiah 30.
Nah. That was it on
That was it on there. Give me this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 20.
Yeah.
And verse number 20. And though the Lord give thee the bread of adversity,
Right.
and the water of affliction.
Don't we go through affliction and adversity? The Bible is saying, this is a prophecy in Isaiah, though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and water of affliction, or vice versa, right? But listen to what he says now. Read.
Yet shall not thy teachers,
Not thy who?
not thy teachers,
What are we?
not thy teachers,
We don't.
be removed into a corner anymore.
So once upon a time, the teachers, the people that showed you how to live, how to walk, how to talk, they were removed into a corner. This is why we didn't have. You didn't see this 10 years ago. You didn't see 20 so-called black people standing together with Bibles in their hand, bringing out the true scriptures. We were in a corner. But the Bible's telling you prophecy. Though you going through hell, though you trodden down, though you're oppressed, the day is coming where your teachers won't be removed into a corner no more. And watch what's going to happen when they're not removed into a corner. Read.
But thine eyes,
What's our what?
but thine eyes,
What's our what?
but thine eyes
Read on.
shall see thy teachers,
What's our what?
shall see thy teachers.
You see us, brother. That's prophecy in the Bible. It's coming to pass right now. And what are we saying?
And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee,
Saying what?
saying, this is the way.
What are we saying?
This is the way.
What are we saying?
This is the way.
Read.
Walk ye in it.
Uh-huh.
When you turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left, you shall be defiled also to cover.
We turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left. This is the way. That's what we're saying, brother. This is the way. Walk ye in it. Right? You see your teachers. You hear it saying this is the way. You understand? Now, how do we know that this book is true? Let's find out. Let's find out how we know the book is true. Because the most powerful God, let me ask you a question. If it's a higher power, the most powerful being, right? Doesn't he have the power to preserve his word?
That's right.
Exactly. And that's what he did. He preserved his word. Right? But his word is the understanding of his word is only imparted to certain dispensation of people. It's not given to everybody. Christ said that to his disciples. They said, why speak ye to them in parables? And he said, because it's not given for them to understand. But unto you it's given. Right? Yeah, we can get that. Let's get that real quick. Go ahead and bring it out.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou to them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right?
But to them it is not given.
Right. So it's given unto a certain dispensation of people to understand the mysteries of heaven. Because understanding that the Bible is a true and living book, and understanding that you're an Israelite and you got to walk and keep the commandments of the Most High God, that is how you achieve the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Right? Read this.
It's Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is Moses speaking to the children of Israel after he led them out of Egypt and spread the part of the Red Sea. And he's telling them, if you don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these curses. Are curses a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing. All these bad things, read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So the Lord saying, literally, if you don't keep my commandments, all these bad things are going to come upon you and overtake you. Right? Read this.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 10. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God.
Daniel is an Israelite and a prophet. And he's saying, hey, we did not obey the voice of the Lord. As Moses said, we got to listen, hearken, obey. Right? Read.
To walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets.
Right?
Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
Have what?
have transgressed thy law,
Read on.
even by the party, that they may not obey the voice. Therefore, the curse,
The what?
the curse,
The what?
the curse,
The what?
the curse
Read on.
is poured upon us,
Right?
and the oath that is written in the law of Moses.
That's right.
So it come to pass. Daniel confirmed that. You see that? So the curses we about to read, Daniel confirmed it emphatically happened. Right? Why do we want to read these curses? Let's get to that. Read 46.
Deuteronomy 28 and 46. And they shall be upon thee
And that day is the curses. The curses shall be upon thee. Read.
for a sign.
For a what?
For a sign.
What is a sign used for, brother? How do I know you got Nike shoes on right now?
Logo. Yeah, logo.
A logo is a sign, which is an indicator. It tells you where or what something is. So these curses are a sign, meaning they're an indicator. It tells you who the Israelites are. You understand? I know this is Discovery Green, downtown Houston. It's a sign right there telling me that. I ain't going to say I'm on the north side. I'm saying I'm downtown. Right? Read.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
Right?
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
And it said upon thy seed forever. So as long as the Israelites are generating children, these curses are upon them. Right? So nobody can say, well, I was in the time of Moses. No. As long as they're generating children, these curses are on them. So it's a sign. So we're going to read some of these to find out who the Israelites are according to the Bible. And on top of that, it's going to prove to you once again even more that the Bible is real. Right? Read on.
Verse 47. Because
48.
verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Right.
which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In what?
In hunger.
In what?
In hunger.
Say you shall serve your enemies in hunger. What's the last thing you ate, brother? Where? From where? My pizza. My pizza. Do we own Mod? No. Do we own Walmart? HEB? Kroger's? Joe V's? No. So no matter what, when we hungry, we got to go to our enemies. That's a curse on the Israelites. Because the so-called white man, when he go to Walmart, he go to his own people. The Chinese people, they got Hong Kong market. That shit is coming from their own people. Right? When he kill a rat and decide he want to eat a rat, that's his decision to do. Right? But we gotta go to our enemies for food. You agree? Huh? Well, if we grow, let's say we grow it ourselves, right? Where are we gonna grow it at?
We get the seeds.
I agree. You buy your land, right? Where do you buy your land from?
You might have to land myself. Might be a black man, might be an Indian man.
I'm agreeing with you, right? You're right. Let's say I got some land, and you come buy it from me, right? So you own that land, right? What do you still got to pay every month? What do you still got to pay every month?
You gotta pay the other man.
You still got to pay taxes. So that food is still coming. So at the end of the day, that food is still coming from where? There's no way around it, right? Read.
And in thirst.
And in what?
And in thirst.
Do we own Aquafina? Fiji? Ozarka? No. And even if you say, hey, you own your own land, let's get a rain catcher. They're going to charge you for that rain catcher. They're going to charge you a monthly fee for catching rain. So you still got to pay them for that water. That's a curse on the Israelites. And that's happening right now. You agree, right? Read.
And in nakedness.
Even clothes. So let's say Kanye West. I want them Yeezys. You know what? I want them J's. That's a black man. So I got shoes from a black man. If I wear a Jumpman shirt, I got shoes from a black man, right? There you go. So even but the white man, when he put on Calvin Klein, you see that? The Chinese man, hey, that's where most of the textiles come from. You see that? But not us. That's a curse on the Israelites. Read.
And in want of all things.
Now, if you want to get a house, who you got to get that mortgage loan from? Who is that? Exactly. If we want to get a car, who we got to get that finance car loan from? If you want to drive, who do you got to get your driver's license from? When you born, you got to get a birth certificate and a social security card from who? When you die, your family got to get a damn death certificate. From who? That's in one of all things, brother. From the day you're born to the day you die.
Right.
But he ain't got to do that. You see that? That's a curse on the Israelites because it's specific. Just like I told you, that law was specific. This book is specific to the Israelites. And we fit that. You agree, right? Right. That happened to us, right? Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And a what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Brother, who did that happen to, brother? Did the white man have a yoke of iron on his neck? Who had that? Did the Chinese man do it? No, we did. It said until you have destroyed thee. Right? Now you venture to say, well, we still here, we're not destroyed. We are. Because let me ask you a question. If you got a dog and you got him on that choke collar, right? You only got to keep him on that choke collar until what? Till he understand how to walk right. You only got to keep the chains on them until they are destroyed mentally and they no longer want to rebel. And now you have what you call Stockholm syndrome. So we destroy it like this. Read it. Yeah.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
For what?
For a lack of knowledge.
Now we don't know who the hell we are. Now we calling ourselves black.
That's right.
Now we calling ourselves nigger. Right? Now we calling ourselves all kind of things, man. Right now people are smitten with madness in the streets, man.
That's right.
Because of what? We're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Now we go into all kind of other religions, seeking something. Because we can feel it inside of us that there's somewhere we should be. Something we should be a part of. But we're so destroyed that we seek everything but where we actually should be.
Right. Wake them up.
You see that? My people are destroyed. So those chains destroyed us that way. They kept the whips on your back and the chains around your neck just long enough for you to no longer remember who you are. Right? Read Deuteronomy.
16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Who lives in the projects in every city, brother? Who fills the jails in every city, brother? Who's killed in the streets of every city, brother? So that would be cursed in the city, right? And it said, cursed shalt thou be in the field, brother. Well, who was cursed in the field with whips on their back picking cotton?
That's us.
Was the so-called white man going through that? Nah, he wasn't. And that's a curse on the Israelites, which is also a sign to tell you who the Israelites are. And it also shows you that this book is real because this was prophesied 2,000 years ago. Came to pass in 1619. So 1619 years later on is when it happened. That's how you know this book is real. I would ask anybody, show me a prophecy in the Quran. They're not going to be able to pull it out.
They can't, King. They can't.
Show me who you are. Show me why the Bible tells you why we go through oppression in the Quran. They can't do it. Show me how we understand that we are the chosen and we can feel it inside of us, but we still walk as the lowly on the earth.
Right.
In the Quran, they can't do it. We can go in the Bible and show you these things, man. Because the Bible is a real book.
That's right.
So we got two curses we just read. And both curses are to the Israelites, right? And we fit those curses, right? Let's get one more. Let me ask you a question. Did you grow up with your dad in the home? Read 54. You ever heard of gang? Do we have a lot of gang violence? We do, right? And when you kind of pull up at the gas station, you see a so-called black man you don't know, he may kind of mean mug you. You know, that happens, right? You would call it. What would you call it? It's like an evil eye, right? Read this.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Your brother is delicate, meaning your brother is somebody you should handle with what? Care. Right? Care and love. Let's see how you're going to handle him due to this curse. Read.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Shall be what?
Shall be evil toward his brother.
See, they ain't teach you that in Christianity.
It's in the Bible.
God.
Because you just said that we have an evil eye towards each other. The Bible is saying that's going to be a curse that's going to fall upon the Israelites. They're going to have an evil eye towards the brother they should have love and care towards. Read.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
You ever seen a white pimp? Nah. But we pimp the hell out of our women.
Come on.
That's an evil eye towards your sister.
Say that, Kate.
We pimp, like Bishop Don Juan transformed pimping to making them sleeper men to putting them in music videos, half naked.
See that?
Right? Pimp C said pimping ain't dead, it just moved to the well.
I understand.
You see that? That's disgusting. The white man does not defile or uncover his women that way.
At all.
You don't see Katy Perry, who's one of the biggest pop stars in the world, walking around like Sierra or damn Beyonce, half naked, shaking their ass, twerking. They don't do that. But we do that to our women. That's the evil eye. Right, Reed?
And for the remnant of his children,
Right.
which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
Brother, who does that happen to? See that? Who's the Lord talking to? Us. But who by name is he talking to? Give me 29 and 1. Because he's talking to a certain specific. Us is right.
Yeah.
But they have a name and it ain't black.
Let them know.
Right? 29 and 1.
Deuteronomy 29 and 1.
Bring it out.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
With who?
With the children of Israel.
Who's the Lord talking to? Children of Israel. So that means you would be what? That's right. Bro. That's what we out here to show our people. So this book is emphatically 100% real and authentic.
True.
All the time, brother. At 4:30. All praise, brother. Let me give you a piece of literature real quick, a flyer, right? Where we got our email address on there and our YouTube and our Instagram. Tap in with us. We here every Saturday at 4:30, right? He got you right there.